Okay, guys, so this is going to be the first training video. Okay, out here we are just going to talk about the general topics of content writing, the primary, rules that we have to follow, and about your assignment details. A separate video will be provided. We'll get into that later. But first of all, there are three golden rules of content writing. Okay, number one is plagiarism. Number two is content spinning, and number three is keyword usage. Okay, I believe each and every one of you guys have been shared an article related to these three topics, and we want you guys to get a proper understanding of these three topics very carefully in the beginning of the internship in itself, so that these issues do not pertain as we move ahead in the internship. Okay, now moving on, let's first discuss the topic of plagiarism. Now, plagiarism is nothing but copying of content from different sources and, basically copy pasting. You can say that. Okay. Now, what happens is that in certain cases, well, in most of the cases, we are working with assignments where we do not have much idea about. It can be related to the medical field, it can be related to other scientific fields, or information technology, or let's say about the fashion industry, about sport, anything. We obviously do not possess all the information about various niches, about various topics. So what we do is we refer to different articles, we refer to different blogs, different sources to avail information. Now what we primarily have to do is refer to 3-4 different sources, okay, and compose content with our own creative words by taking influence, okay, from these sources. But in certain cases what happens is that we tend to in fact copy paste some of the content from the sources that we are referring to. Okay, now that is called plagiarism, which we cannot entertain at any time during any point of the internship. um, let's say for example, there is a quotation or a definition. Nothing can be copy pasted. Okay, what we want you to do is refer to different sources, read the articles you are referring to, gather the information, understand it and interpret that, and use your own creative words and language to represent the information and the knowledge which you have gathered. Okay, so how do we do that? I highly recommend that you guys read articles, uh, you know paragraph by paragraph, rather than doing line by line research and reading and then converting that in your own creative words. Okay, so read a paragraph, understand and analyze whatever you have read, and then reflect whatever you have understood by that particular paragraph which you're reading with your own creative words. Okay, at no point in time that you guys are supposed to copy paste content. It's similar to, let's say, copywriting, or I'm pretty sure you guys have heard about copyright issues, right? So this also applies in the field of content writing as well. Its content is an intellectual property which cannot be stolen or copied from other writers or on other basis, right? So please make sure that is implemented. We have various tools which scans plagiarism. Okay, so please be very careful to not copy paste and make things easier. Be honest with your work and make the submissions of genuine, authentic, original, unique content at all times. Okay, this point of plagiarism, I hope it's covered. You guys can refer to the article which we have sent, or watch a few videos about it, or check out a few articles to gain more knowledge about the concept of plagiarism and why it has to be avoided. Okay, that is covered. Now let's move on to content spinning, the second most important thing in the content writing industry. Now let's say for example, if today we have given you an article based on digital marketing, okay, and you have composed an article on digital marketing in itself. After, let's say, a couple days, we provide another requirement which is similar to that topic, revolving around digital marketing. So what some of the writers, what they do is, they consider that since they have already worked on this particular topic before, they tend to duplicate their own content by copy pasting their previous work and sending it for their new work. Okay, that is not to be done as well. That is called content spinning. Basically, you are spinning or recycling your own content which you have previously done. Consider whatever you have composed previously to be sold, which cannot be reused. Okay, so at all times in the internship in itself, you guys have to make sure that no content spinning takes place, or you do not replicate or duplicate your own creative content which you have already composed before. Once a file which is done, you have written, you cannot copy paste your own creative content and say that this is my work only, I'm reusing again. That cannot be done. It's a product which you have made and which is being sold. Okay, you cannot get it back from the customer and resell it by making some adjustments minor here and there. Okay, that is content spinning. So plagiarism and content spinning has to be avoided at all times. Okay, now what people do generally is, the issues which I have faced in my time working in the content industry, is that people sometimes try to change synonyms. Let's say I copy a sentence and then just to make it fresh, I just change the synonyms of, let's say, a couple words in the middle, and thinking that that is not going to be highlighted as plagiarized content. That cannot be done. We have specific tools which actually go through all of this. So please do not try to take part in this malpractices, because all of the your activities will be highlighted that way. The best possible way of avoiding plagiarism is to make sure that you guys compose creative sentences which come out from your own creative minds and thoughts. Okay, that is the number one rule which you guys have to follow. Number two being, obviously, when it comes to content spinning, again, be smart enough to rephrase or replicate your files smartly by representing it with fresh creative words, if at all the need arises. Okay, so covering these 2 points, let's move on to the third, which is related to keyword usage. Now, what is keywords? Keywords are nothing but essential words which a person is most likely to type on Google or any search engine platform. So I have this tab open of Google right here, right? So let's say, for example, if I want to purchase a mobile phone, okay, most of us, 99% of the people in the present society, what we do is just conduct a small little Google search to gain an idea about whatever product, service, whatever we are looking for, before purchasing that particular thing, right? So if I want to purchase a mobile phone, so what I'll do is I'll just go on Google and type mobile phone online. Okay, now what you type in the search bar in itself, okay, that becomes a keyword. Okay, so what Google does is it scans the internet with your search requirement and presents to you the most relevant links which hold these particular keywords as such. So if you see the first link, mobile phones online, so your keyword is matched with this particular keyword which has been listed in this particular link. So that is what we are going to do. You will be working with keywords in your articles which you have to incorporate in your articles, blogs, web pages, whatever we are working with, so that when these articles, blogs, web pages are posted online, and when an individual is typing out that particular keyword or something similar to that, what Google can do is it can match your keyword use in your link which is posted with the user's keyword which they are typing in. So basically, keywords act as a bridge which connects the user's requirement with the articles where we are listing with the sites which we are listing your articles at. Okay, so keywords are very, very important, and we have to use keywords adequately in our files to make sure all of this happens. Okay, that is the primary reason why SEO actually takes place. Okay, so these were the 3 fundamental rules of plagiarism, content spinning, and keyword usage. Other basic things related to content writing, since you guys are joining in for the first time and this is your first official assignment, please make sure to communicate with me, give me proper updates. All it takes is one text. Okay, so let's say, for example, you have completed, let's say the requirement is of 2 files of 200 words. Okay, so you can just tell me that the first file is done by the night, let's say by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whenever you guys feel comfortable. Just give me a text informing me that I have completed one file, the second file will be done by tomorrow morning or whatever the timeline is. Okay, just send a text, because we are working in a very, from remote locations, each of us, right? So communication becomes very, very important, and we have to maintain the deadline. The content industry works around deadline basis, so you guys will get daily deadlines which we have to meet at all times, because there's a posting time deadline. So if we fail to meet the posting time, what happens is that the SEO link, let's say any other article which is well written, gets posted before your article. So the users which are scanning the internet will obviously get their, the other article which has been posted first. So it's kind of like that, first come first serve basis. So we have to be very strategic when it comes to meeting deadline, and communication has to be maintained at all times effectively. In terms of quality, you guys must proofread your files, read your files at least a couple times. Before making the submission, there might be spacing errors, spelling errors, grammar errors. All these are bound to happen, because we are working, we are typing, we are humans. Errors can happen, but we have to make sure that we implement certain measures to minimize these errors before making the submission. Okay, so read your files before making the submission. Make sure that the keywords are used adequately. There is a tool called Grammarly. Okay, I recommend you guys to use it. It's completely free. All you have to do is upload your file on Grammarly, conduct a grammar check. Okay, that significantly helps to elevate the quality of the file. Download that file again and make the submission by replying back on the same mail chain. So these are the fundamental aspects which you guys have to implement while working with us for the internship. Details about your assignment will be shared very soon. Another video will be posted. So look out for that, and in case of any doubts, please feel free to give me a text. That'll be all for now.